Hi everyone. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to instantly update all of your computer drivers. We're going to do this with software. The software is actually called Driver Detective, and what it does is it actually makes it quick and easy to update all your drivers without having to go to all the manufacturer websites. And it'll do drivers that aren't available in Windows Update. So I'm going to take you through this. It's a step-by-step process so you can see how to do it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is open your browser, and then you're going to want to type in this URL, which is driverdetectivedownloads.com. And once you get there, what you're going to do is you're going to click on this Download Now button, and the software is going to go ahead and download for you. And if it says you want to run it, you can either save it or run it. I usually just run from this window, and then you'll see it begin to install. But I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here because I do already have the software installed, but just want you guys to see how to do that. So it's pretty simple. You're just going to go next, and then obviously I have an option to remove since I already have installed, but you guys can go ahead and install the software. There is an option for some type of PC checkup install along with it. I chose not to do that. You may choose to do that. It's up to you. But that's the only other option you have during the install. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and launch the program. It's launching here. Okay, let me show you this here. So when you bring up the program, what's going to happen is you're going to see this window that's going to have you select your computer. So there's a few different selections here. One is to use driver detective universal match intelligence. Um, that's more if you pretty much don't know what your computer is, if it's a custom built or if it's not the off the shelf type of computer that you would normally buy at, say, one of the big retailers. Mine is one of the ones that was bought at a retailer. So I went ahead and I clicked this, and then you basically select your machine brand, which mine's an HP, and then the product line of HP, which this particular desktop is a Pavilion. And when it searches for the drivers, it'll be able to more customize it to your computer. So once you do that, you're good. So we go back home, and now we can do a scan. So we're going to go ahead and scan. And what it's doing is it's scanning every device on your computer. So there's all kinds of devices on your computer. Not only when we think of devices, we think of monitors, we think of headsets, we think of speakers, things like that. But there's also anything that's attached to your computer to the main motherboard is considered a device, and every device has to have a driver. So in this case, I can see one that's already here. I've got my this is my video card that's out of date. But you can see right at the top on my scan that I have 10 out of date drivers. I have a good thing is I have no devices with no drivers, because that would be a bad thing, which means the device wouldn't function in Windows. I have 57 that are up to date, and then I have two system drivers. So basically, what I have here is I've got 10 out of date drivers on my computer. So what we want to do next is go ahead and have Driver Detective update these drivers automatically. So we click the next button here. Um, so we click the next button. And what it'll tell us is registration is required. Now while the scan is free, it tells us if we have any drivers that need to be updated. In order to get those fixed, you do need to register your um, your copy of Driver Detective. So when it says, do we want to register? We say yes. Okay, so when we get to the registration screen, okay, now we're at the registration screen. So what you do is you just enter your name and enter your email, whatever that may be. Then you enter your zip code and go ahead and register. And you can see by going through this link, you're also getting an additional $10 off. And there's a couple different options here for payment. It's either credit card or PayPal. And the other option is you can include 2 years of unlimited driver updates for an additional $9.95. But if you don't want to include that, that's fine. You just take that off, and then you go ahead and you check out. Once you check out, you'll be able to enter your activation code. Once you enter your activation code, you'll be able to fix all your drivers automatically. And if for some reason, if you have issues, if the software doesn't seem to be compatible with your computer, the good thing is you've got a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you can go ahead and use that if you need to. Otherwise, you're going to get your drivers fixed and ultimately help the performance of your computer and all those devices that are attached to your computer. So thanks for taking time to look at this, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks.